is like my Jose. He's the asshole I hang out with on the weekends. And he was like, hey, we're gonna go to a party. And I was like, whose party? And he was like, some dudes. And I was like, awesome. He's like, it's a really big thing. And I was like, awesome. I had no idea who this guy was. And he lived over like Vista Hills Country Club area, if anybody knows what it is, on the east side, right? And we show up, and it was like this part of when you're 19, when you think you are the most badass thing on the face of the planet, right? Like I had my friends, and we were so badass, and everywhere we went, everybody thought we were badass, and it was really awesome, and like nobody could tear you down, right? So we stroll in this party, like we don't know anyone there. Well, like Lil Joe knew some people, and like Nizzy knew some people, so I was like, this is cool, right? We're there for like, what, an hour, right? And then it starts getting a little crazy. It's a house party, right? Like, you're not supposed to be there. It's obviously having a house party while his parents aren't home. And we meet the guy who owns a house we don't know. We're like, oh, hey, Tony, great house you have here. Awesome. An hour into it, it starts getting crazy. There's like 200 people there. There are people everywhere. They've got kegs. It is off the hook. We're like, yeah, this is badass. Tony comes out from around the corner, and he's like, hey, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but this place is getting a little crazy. I don't know you that well. Could you leave? Right? I'm Jen Sugar, right? I was like this. I was like, excuse me? It's like when you're getting kicked out of a movie theater for like being too late. You're like, excuse me? And I was pissed. And like, Joe was real cool. Like, Joe was like, all right, dude, sure, you know, that's cool. Joe's always the cool one. And me and Nizzy are like, yeah, well, we don't want to be here. You know, and we take off. And as we're walking out, though.
She's got powers.
That's awesome. And as we're walking out, though, we see that his bedroom window is open, and it's just the screen door, the screen window. And Nizzy's like, so what does he do? He pisses through the guy's window, right? Into the carpet and all that. It was really funny. We're like, ah, Nizzy, yeah, you got him good. But I was still really pissed. Like, this guy kicked me out of the party, and he didn't even know us. And he didn't know that we were really badass. If he did, we wouldn't have kicked us out, so he got furious. 2 weeks later, we're driving down the freeway, and it's again, I don't know if Joe was with us. I know Nizzy was there. No, this time, Joe is not with us. It's just me, Nizzy, and Liv, right? And we had just gotten, you know, like an 18-pack of the Beast. And we're like ready. We're like driving the Beast, going downtown. We're like, yeah, we're going to have a kick-ass night. Yeah. And we're driving, and we see this car pull up next to us. And we're like drinking and driving in my mother's minivan, the Beast. And we see these guys pull up, and they're like, hey, you drinking? And we're like, who the fuck are these guys? And we look over, and we're like, yeah, we're drinking, and they're like, give us some. I'm like, who the fuck are these guys, right? I roll down the window. It's the fucker who threw me out of that party. It's that asshole. He doesn't know who we are. All he knows is that we're some young people drinking the Beast in a minivan. And he's like, yeah. So this is awesome. So Nizzy just opens this door of my minivan while we're on Mason, just opens it while I'm driving. And he was like, you want some Beast, motherfuckers? And grabs the cans and just starts chucking them at the car. Just starts throwing the shit out of him. Hits the dude, he's like, hey, hey! And we're like, fuck you, motherfuckers! And he threw it, he cracked the window, and I just gassed it, almost decapitating him with the door in the meantime. And we just gunned it. And they didn't follow us, thank God, because it was like going 90. And so just, don't fucking throw people out of your party, because we will fucking throw shit at you next time we see you. Fucking kill you. That was my story.
All right. So I have a friend who likes to drink. Well, which makes me a friend that she drinks with. And one night we're hanging out with her and her boyfriend. We were playing polo in the park. Like yeah, like we got like the balls, like the little wooden balls, and needless to say, I'd had like some wine, and like two of the little round things in, they were just like, I gave up because I was terrible. I'm very terrible at sports. I'm just not athletically gifted. I just don't have the hand-eye coordination. Anyway, so we're drinking a bottle of wine in the park, thing, polo, and I ended up like sitting next to this friend. Anyway, point in being is that we've been drinking wine for a while, and I guess we really didn't realize how much we'd had, which is normally the case. And we decided we're going to go to the tap because we love the tap. Yes.
Yeah.
I have a very special place in my heart for the tap, especially for this reason, for this story, which I can't believe I'm telling you. Anyway, so my friend, she's got her boyfriend with her, and we're this little trio. So we show up at the tap, and we walk in, and we stroll in like we own the place. And lo and behold, we walk in, and we used to live together. It was one of our old roommates. The three of us lived together, and we wreaked havoc in the Sunset Heights area for a while. They wreaked havoc for a lot longer. I mean, I met the guy who lives in the house that we used to live in, and he said that people will come to his house and say, hey, I've been here. I partied in here before. And he goes, people I've never met have told me they have partied in your house. And I said, yeah. We used to have a lot of fun. Sorry you're not as cool. Anyway. Well, I didn't say that to him, but I thought it for sure. Because he wasn't a very nice person. Anyway. Point in being is, so we walk in and we see our very illustrious redheaded roommate. And she happens to be with this guy, I guess her boyfriend at the time. And this rather attractive lead singer of a used to be based out of here local band. So we start having some more Amberbach. We decided to have Amberbach, which would go great in your stomach with wine, let me tell you. Yeah. Anyway, so we start dancing quebraditas. And so since the girls have their boyfriends, I'm like, sweet, I get to dance with the cute lead singer, right? Like, yeah, let's see if maybe he thinks I'm cute back. Anyway, so we're like dancing and dancing, like halfway through, everybody's like still dancing, and he's like, no, let's sit down. I was like, okay, yeah, okay, let's sit down, whatever. That's cool. And try to talk to him. So we're drinking Amberbach, and he's kind of like, you know what, I think I've had too much. Like, I'm good. I don't need any more. And his friend comes over and he's like, come on, man, come on, like, you have to have another beer, you have to have another beer. And so me, being the very intelligent girl that I am, decide that I'm going to chug this glass of beer. And like 10 seconds later, my girlfriends are running me to the bathroom because I had like just puked all over this guy. Yeah, like not even, I mean, it was bad. Because I just like, yeah, like they're cheering me, like, yeah, you chug this beer, and the next minute, like, my girlfriends are running me to the bathroom, like, Mel, are you okay? What's the matter? What happened? And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, like, needless to say, like, they took me home, and the next morning, I didn't even remember, like, the next morning, I was like, what happened? And my friend was like, hey, I think you owe him a pair of pants. And I said, what? And she goes, yeah, dude, you puked on him. And I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, I missed him. I was like, I remember, I missed him. And she's like, no, you owe him a new pair of pants. It wasn't as funny. I don't know, but sorry.